Welcome back to Wonder Garden. In today's video, I'm going to show you a method to revive Phalaenopsis orchids that are suffering from stem rot, yellowing leaves, and severe decline. This is a very common issue, especially when the plant is overwatered, lacks ventilation, or is grown in a medium that stays wet for too long, preventing the roots from breathing. The special thing about this method is that you won't need to use any chemical treatments at all. Instead, we'll be using a mixture made from natural, safe, and easy-to-find ingredients, yet incredibly powerful in helping the plant recover. If applied correctly, your orchid will begin to push new growth, develop strong roots, and gradually regain its strength in a short amount of time. Now, let's get started step by step. First, to check and assess the overall health of the plant, you need to gently remove the orchid from its pot. Remove all of the old growing medium, including decomposed bark, charcoal pieces, or any dead roots still attached. This is a very important step that allows you to accurately observe the condition of the stem, leaves, and root system. After removing the growing medium, check the orchid stem and leaves for any areas that are soft, blackened, or discolored. If you find any, immediately cut away all the damaged parts using a sterilized knife or scissors. Thoroughly removing the rotten tissue will prevent the disease from spreading and create better conditions for the plant to recover. Next, inspect the roots. Healthy roots are green, white, or silvery, while damaged roots are soft, mushy, black, or hollow. You should trim off all the damaged roots and keep only the firm, healthy ones. When cutting the roots, make sure your tools are always sterilized to avoid introducing additional bacteria into the wounds. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After completely removing all harmful parts, I will rinse the entire orchid with clean water. This washing step helps remove debris from the trimmed roots, clears away any dust on the leaves, and reduces the risk of residual bacteria or fungi remaining on the plant's surface. Next, you need to let the plant rest for about 30 minutes to 1 hour or longer if it has many cut areas. To further disinfect the orchid, I will use cinnamon powder. Cinnamon is a natural ingredient with strong antibacterial and antifungal properties, helping prevent stem and root rot, and promoting faster drying of the cut areas on the orchid. I will dissolve 1 spoonful of cinnamon powder. Mix it with 500 milliliters of hot water, stirring well, so the beneficial compounds in the cinnamon powder are fully released. When this solution penetrates the stem, it helps clean the surface, limit pathogens, and create a safe environment for the orchid to recover and generate new roots. Cover it and let it steep until the water cools completely. The next ingredient I will use is rice. Rice contains a high amount of starch, B-group vitamins, and natural minerals. These nutrients help stimulate faster root growth, strengthen the plant's resistance, and support its recovery after periods of stress or exhaustion. I will use 3 spoonfuls of rice. Place them in a clean cup, then add 500 milliliters of warm water and stir well. When exposed to warm water, the nutrients in the rice begin to dissolve, forming a mild, safe solution that is ideal for orchids that are weak or have just gone through stem rot or root loss. Then, cover it and let it steep until the water cools. After 3 hours, when the cinnamon water has completely cooled, I will filter out all the cinnamon residue, keeping only the clear liquid. Once filtered, we obtain a solution with strong natural disinfectant properties. This solution helps seal the tissue at the freshly cut areas on the orchid and reduces the risk of bacteria or fungal infections returning. Next, I will dilute this solution with an additional 500 milliliters of clean water to achieve a concentration that is suitable and safe for the plant. Once the solution is mixed to the correct ratio, I will soak the entire orchid base in this cinnamon water solution. Soaking provides deep disinfection, protects the remaining stem, and creates a safe foundation for the orchid's root stimulation and recovery in the following steps. I will use pine bark as the main growing medium when repotting the orchid. Pine bark keeps the medium well aerated, drains water effectively, and creates an ideal environment for orchid roots to grow. Before planting, I will disinfect all the pine bark with boiling water. This helps eliminate any remaining mold, bacteria, and insect eggs in the medium, ensuring a clean and safe environment for the orchid during its recovery stage. Once it is cooled, I will remove the pine bark to repot the orchid. Next, I will gently remove the orchid from the solution and use a soft cloth or absorbent paper to lightly blot away any remaining liquid on the plant's stem. Lightly drying the plant prevents water from accumulating in the cut areas, reduces the risk of infection, and provides the best conditions for the orchid to enter the repotting and recovery stage. I will use a transparent plastic pot like this, then line the bottom with a layer of pine bark to create an airy cushion for the roots. Next, place the orchid in the center of the pot, gently adjusting it so that the base of the plant just touches the pot's surface, without being buried too deep. Then, cover the orchid with more pine bark, gently pressing it into the gaps between the roots. This helps stabilize the plant, keeping it upright without damaging the roots. You should work slowly and avoid compacting the medium too tightly so the roots have enough space to grow and breathe properly. Finally, cover the surface of the pot with a thin layer of moss. This moss layer helps retain moisture in the medium, slows down rapid water evaporation, and creates a soft, airy environment for the young roots to develop. However, you should only apply a very thin layer, avoiding covering the entire pot surface, as this can suffocate the roots, limit oxygen, and increase the risk of rot. So, we have finished repotting this orchid base. To provide additional nutrients and help the plant recover faster, the rice water that was soaked earlier has now completely cooled. I will filter out all the rice grains, keeping only the clear liquid. This rice water contains many B group vitamins and natural minerals, which are very beneficial for stimulating new root growth and helping the orchid regain strength after exhaustion. After filtering, I further dilute the solution with 500 milliliters of water to achieve a more suitable nutrient concentration. I will pour this rice water into a specialized watering bottle, then gently water it directly around the base of the orchid. When watering, you should do it slowly, so the rice water soaks evenly into the medium, allowing the roots to absorb nutrients gradually and safely. The rice water provides B group vitamins and natural minerals, helping stimulate faster new root growth and supporting the orchid's stable recovery after repotting. Finally, I will use the lid of a plastic container that has been perforated and place it over the orchid like this. Covering it helps prevent insects from entering and protects the plant during its recovery stage. At the same time, this plastic cover creates a mini greenhouse effect, helping retain moisture, maintain stable temperature, and reduce sudden environmental changes. Any remaining rice water in the spray bottle can also be used to mist other orchids in the garden. When spraying, simply mist a light layer over the leaves and the base of the plant to add moisture and nutrients. The rice water helps the leaves become greener, strengthens the roots, and significantly boosts the plant's resistance. This fine mist provides gentle humidity, allows the leaves to absorb additional nutrients, enhances leaf gloss, and supports better photosynthesis. Using this solution not only saves resources, but also helps your entire orchid garden receive consistent care, giving every plant a better chance to recover and grow healthier each day. Results after 3 months. You can see that after some time of care, the base of my orchid has produced a new shoot right next to the old base. This shows that the mother plant has fully recovered, its roots are healthy again, and it has enough energy to support the growth of a new life. The new orchid shoot is growing very evenly, with vibrant green, sturdy leaves, and a plump stem. This is a clear sign that the growing environment, humidity, nutrients, and care methods we applied are all on the right track. From a base that once seemed beyond saving, it can now thrive and even produce a new generation. This is what makes growing and caring for orchids so special and meaningful, because with patience and proper care, the plant will always respond with its own vibrant life. When the orchid blooms, that's when you truly feel the unique happiness of being a gardener. It's not just the joy of seeing beautiful flowers, but also the sense of fulfillment, knowing that every day of patient care, every watering, every leaf wiped, every bit of love you put into the plant, has been rewarded with these vibrant blooms. Each flower that opens carries not only the fragrance and beauty of nature, but also the story of patience, hope, and faith. And in that moment, the garden becomes more than just a place to grow plants. It becomes a space that nurtures our emotions and brings peace to our hearts. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share it with fellow orchid lovers, and subscribe to the Wonder Garden channel to continue joining me on future green journeys. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.